Hey guys, it's Laura here, and I wanted to show you the application process of one of these large welcome signs. So this is a 4-foot tall sign, and I've gone ahead and cut all my material out, and I'm using contact paper as my transfer tape. I'm going to link in the description below a video tutorial that I posted a while back on how to cut one of these. This will kind of just help you guys fulfill the process, if you will. But basically what I'm doing is I've gone ahead and I've taped my welcome vinyl to my board so I can get my spacing correct, and then I'm just slowly laying out my contact paper, burnishing it on now so that everything moves as one piece. And with this part of the process, you want to make sure that you're getting all of your air bubbles out so that it's going to lay on smoothly. I'm also going to use the hinge method in this process. That's where, I have it taped down, the vinyl is taped to my board. I'm going to peel back half of the word welcome, and I'm going to cut off the vinyl backing, and then I'm going to lay the top half down. This will ensure that my words stay straight and nothing slips or moves out of place. I'm just going to press it on and burnish it again, keeping sure that I really pay attention to the edges so that I reduce my amount of potential paint bleeding. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom half of the sign now, same exact thing. You're going to see me where I'm going to hit the tape right about now, and that's just a little bit extra adhesive so that it stays where I want it to stay. I'm just going to burnish this on again. Oh, and I will absolutely link in the description below for all of my outfit choices. It's like midnight. I don't even know what time it is, and I've been painting in the garage, just getting Christmas orders done, so pay no attention to my awesome clothing that I have on today. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and peel off my contact paper or my transfer tape. And of course, I'm going to set this aside and reuse it because I'm going to make another sign. All right, I'm using acrylic craft paint and a pouncer. And first thing that I like to do is I'm just going to almost paint it on like a paintbrush with really a thin coat. So I'm just kind of filling it in basically, and then I'll go back and I'll do probably 2 more coats with pouncing the paint on, meaning I'm just going to kind of dab, dab, dab as I go letter by letter. But I like to do this first preliminary coat just because it makes it very light and helps prevent some of the bleeding that you get, and it just makes a good overall color. I'm peeling off the tape, and I'm actually putting it down by the letter M because when I cut this, I used 12-inch vinyl by the roll, and when I cut this out, I knew that this is a 10-inch board, well technically 9.5, but I didn't want to waste the vinyl on the other side, so I went ahead and cut out some other designs on the other side of my vinyl. This just prevented waste basically and allowed me to get more bang for my buck out of each individual piece of vinyl. All right, I'm going back with my second coat now with the pouncing, and this just allows me to lay a little bit of a thicker look with the paint, but you want to make sure that when you're doing this that your first layer is dry. That's really going to help prevent the bleeding, and also as you're going little by little, you want to make sure these coats are pretty light and not super heavy because again, that's going to cut down on the overall bleeding with your project. All right, now I'm just gonna set this aside and I'm gonna let it dry. I had to make 2 of these, so this is now back to the first one, and I'm just peeling off my vinyl. And I like to do this when it's dry. Yes, I do rush it sometimes and I do it when it's wet, but it's just so much more of a pain when it's wet because then you have to watch in case your vinyl accidentally touches the wood or whatever. So preferably I like to wait for it to dry, but when you're in a rush, you're in a rush and you got to do what you got to do. All right, and I'm just going to go through here and I'm just using my silhouette hook or tweezers to get all of the inside pieces of the lettering pulled out. Okay, with the letter M, I had a tiny bit of bleeding, and what trick or tip you can do is just scratch the paint off of the wood. You want to do it very lightly. I typically use like a razor or like the edge of an X-Acto knife, as I'm doing right now, and that you can just pull that paint right off the wood. And because the wood is stained, the stain is penetrated enough into the wood that will allow you just to remove that light coat of paint right off the top. Just do it gently. It usually works without fail. And that's really all there is to it. Just go little by little, and like I said, take your time. I hope you guys like this video tutorial. If you want more like this, please don't forget to comment below, like and subscribe to my channel, and be sure to help you out with any other tutorials you'd like to see on my channel.